Hello, I'm Mike Ballard. I'm one of the policy and practice officers at Sitra. In these days of budgets, cuts to services and savings having to be made both by national and local government, tendering is becoming more and more an important part of a local authority commissioning process. As such, it's not only about tendering for new services, but in many cases it's often about tendering to retain your existing services. If you've been through that process, you might have to complete a pre-qualifying questionnaire, commonly known as a PQQ, or sometimes an ITT, an invitation to tender. We have at Sitra done quite a lot of work on tendering and have a number of materials available. One of the things we do is a 2-day tendering course where you would actually complete a mock tender as part of the course. It's a really, really practical way of learning, and you'd actually look at things like why should we tender, when should we tender, and is it right to tender. Look at different forms of tendering, so that will include partnering and consortium, which more and more are becoming some of the areas that local authorities are looking at. You'd also look at completing the whole process, right from where to apply for tenders, what's the commissioner actually looking for, so going through the whole specifications, and then start to build up your tender statement based on what the commissioner wants and the strengths and weaknesses of your organisation. We'll look at some of the legal aspects around it, so include some discussion around TUPE. And then as part of that mock tender process, together with the team, you would then start to complete part of the tender statement, a budget, actually go to a mock presentation and interview, and actually end up winning that mock tender. It's a really good practical way of learning about the whole tender process, and although our specific one is based on a supporting people contract, much of the course detail can be applied to any tender. Sometimes we would actually run a course specifically for an organisation, and if you're already aware of what tender you're going to, the whole course could be based around that, so you're actually practically learning while starting to make some notes and have some thoughts about completing that actual tender. We could also provide the service, whilst we wouldn't write the tender totally for you, we can provide that approach of being a critical friend, where we would go through the tender with you, look at the specifications, how you can best answer them, and then review what you've written and make some constructive criticism and make some suggestions. So I hope that's a useful briefing on tendering. If we could be of more assistance, then do have a look at our website. There are some more details and documents on there. Do contact us, have a look at those, and good luck with all your tendering.